In the BLUELOCK series, vision plays an essential role in a player's unique style, and actually was given abilities that are associated with each new technique in which a player uses their vision. Now, I recently received a comment from this guy on my Kiora Jin video, which, while I do recommend you go watch for context, left him confused as to what exactly Blindspot Extortion is in BLUELOCK. So for this video, I'll be explaining what Blindspot Extortion is in BLUELOCK, how it's utilized in the game, as well as how vision works in the BLUELOCK series. Before I do, however, spoilers for the BLUELOCK manga, and if you're not caught up to the end of the Ubers match being chapter 239, I would suggest just clicking off the video, as there are spoilers from that match that I will be mentioning. To begin, I think it's fair to discuss the understanding of vision in BLUELOCK, or more specifically, how vision is described in the BLUELOCK series. In real life, there are two different contexts for your vision, that being central and peripheral. Central is anything you can see in front of you, so if you put your hands up to your face like binoculars, anything you can see within is your central vision. And for your peripheral vision, it's basically anything outside of those circles that you can't currently see with your hands up. Now in chapter 14, we have Chigiri basically explaining BLUELOCK's concept of vision in their series. He basically describes how during intense physical exertion, players have their vision traditionally limited to what is directly in front of them. However, during situations where they are the leading role, their vision narrows even more. Now this is actually something that exists in real life, and it's called the Startle Reflex, and this is what causes the phenomenon known as tunnel vision, which I'm assuming is something we've all heard of before. With tunnel vision, your peripheral vision basically becomes unusable, and actually results in you only being able to input visual stimuli from your central vision. However, there are some characters like Isagi who are naturally good at suppressing this Startle Reflex, which is also something that professional athletes actually train to do as well. However, in BLUELOCK, it's much more exaggerated due to it being an anime. Now, whether you have incredible spatial perception like Isagi or not, naturally your vision can't cover all around you, creating that area that you can't see, also known as your blind spot. Now, if you need another representation in anime, think of Neji in Naruto in his 8 trigram rotation. Neji has a blind spot on the back of his neck, which he uses his rotation to basically cover that. That is essentially how metavision works in the series, using your peripheral vision and central vision together, as well as rotating your head, allowing for you to input as much information as possible, while also minimizing your information blind spot. There is another confirmed vision style as well called Predator Eye, which actually works the opposite of metavision, however the result is kinda the same. While metavision works by expanding one's field of vision using their peripherals, as well as head rotation to input as much information on every player on the pitch, Predator Eye does something different. Predator Eye works by actually creating a larger blind spot, one that limits one's vision only to their central vision. Why would someone want to do this, you may ask? Well, this is because by increasing the blind spot, you are solely focused on what is in front of you, and in this case would be the goalie, allowing for your full attention to be focused on the goalie, and in return allowing for you to sense when their timing is off, giving you a perfect opportunity to shoot towards the goal. In a more simplified way, think of metavision as having 10 apples, giving 1 apple to each person, and focusing on all of them with 1 apple's worth of attention. While Predator Eye is like giving one person 10 apples and focusing on that one person with 10 apples worth of attention. So now that I've explained what blind spots are as well as BLUELOCK's vision styles, let me explain more as to what Blindspot Extortion is. Now because these visual blind spots exist, if for instance someone were to place an apple within your blind spot, without you knowing of course, you would never know that the apple was there unless you turned and looked. Characters with incredible visualization abilities are actually able to locate an individual's blind spot based on where their opponent's eyes are looking. This is what led Isagi being able to defeat Burū in the second selection, as the moment Isagi stepped into Burū's blind spot, Burū had no idea as to his location, because he couldn't see him of course, forcing Burū to simply guess where Isagi would be, allowing for Isagi to move into a different location and pass him. There's another character who uses this weapon incredibly well, that being Otoya, which this extortion of blind spots is what allows for him to be so stealthy, waiting in the blind spot of the opponent before using his quickness to surprise them and gain ball possession before the opponent can. Now there's another specific instance that I see brought up when talking about blind spots is Isagi's goal in the U20 match, which also used blind spot extortion. However, blind spot extortion itself is not technically a weapon that Isagi possesses, it's rather just a simple part of his off-the-ball movements. Now for this goal, we can see that Isagi actually placed himself within Aiku's blind spot, which is the reason that Aiku wasn't marking Isagi, but also wasn't able to stop him from getting the ball after read Insai's matchup. Blind spot extortion is simply the process of locating the opponent's blind spot, slipping into it so that way they don't see you, which allows for you to perform your next move easier with the opponent being a step behind, wondering exactly where you are and what your next move is going to be. But yeah, I hope that explains everything that confused you. And yes, I did just make this video to answer this guy's one question. However, if anyone else was confused, I'm sure that this video will also help them. But aside from this video's assistance, I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. And for the question of the video, What other abilities or concepts in BLUELOCK still confuse you that you would like me to make a video on explaining? I love making content that actually answers people's questions, so if you guys want an explanation, I will make an entertaining video, so please leave me your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching, like and subscribe for more content just like this.